Who fault was it? It was voodoo. So, can you hear me? Microphone check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. So I am committed to doing my lives for 30 days in a row. Now, the reason I'm super late is because of voodoo. No, I'm just playing. But my dog was live today. So because voodoo was live, I didn't go live because I was watching her. And it's only a couple of things that I want to talk about. And I'm gonna make it quick, but I am literally just trying to stay committed to actually doing what I said I was gonna do. I said I was gonna go live, and I want to make sure um that's what I do. Now, one of the stories that I want to talk about is because this is Florida news, I want to talk about a Florida crime. So, well, I actually wouldn't even call this a crime. But what she did was, hey, Miss Bug, I ain't gonna be on here long. I'm just trying to just stay committed to what I said I was gonna do. I said I was gonna go live every day for 30 days. I'm just trying to stay committed to what I said I was gonna do. I'm just trying to do what I said I was gonna do. So this story here is this young lady, they was actually caught having sex outside on the pier, right? And she jumped in the water on Naples Piers Beach. And because she got caught having sex, she actually, instead of trying to run from the police, or I don't know, baby girl, just putting on some clothes, like I just don't know what she was thinking, but what she did was she actually jumped in the water. She jumped in the water to get away from the police because they actually caught her having sex, which is weird as crap because I don't know. I'm just trying to understand why she jumped in the water. I don't know. But anyway, that is what she did. She jumped in the water to get away from the police, right? And I thought that was funny. And also that was it. Yeah, she jumped in the water to get away from the police. And another thing I want to talk about, let me find it. Let me quit sharing my screen so that way I can find the other one. Um this is on TikTok. This lady, this is crazy. Y'all gotta watch this. We're gonna watch this first, then we're gonna talk about it, right? Because Lord, I just don't know, but we're gonna watch it. Let's watch
All my
it.
nosies, are you set? Because let's get into it. Welcome to another episode of the BS we see on TikTok. Straight to number one, because sometimes I just can't believe this app is free. So do you guys remember seeing this video? It got millions and millions of views. And she was crying, and it says being a single mom is making your own birthday cake on your birthday so that your babies can feel happy they are singing to you. And I'm not gonna lie, this one got me. I cried a little bit. I cried a little bit, and I wrote in there, and I was like, "You've got this, mama." Now, there was a lot of insensitive comments and people duetting this video saying, pretty much, you're a single mom. Do you want a cookie? And to all of you. Now, here is where the tea came in, y'all. And my jaw was on the floor.
So I've been sent this video a lot over the last few days. People asking my thoughts and my comments on it. And before anyone says, "Oh, you don't know her situation," or you don't know what she's going through, well, I do because I lived it. I'm her ex-husband, and right now I have full custody of our kids. This is our parent agreement. As you can see, I have all weekdays and weekends, time sharing with the kids, all at holiday academic breaks. And for her to get any rights back to the kids, these are the things that she needs to do. And yes, child support, she owes that. It's up to over $21,000. So she's a mother, and doesn't pay child support. She was then arrested for check fraud, and during that hearing, it turned out that it was found that she stole almost $1 million from another guy. And also she faked cancer in the past. These are
Okay, so this lady literally made a video saying this is what it looked like when you have to make your own birthday cake, right? And girl, you don't even got custody of your kids. Like, that shit is the saddest thing I ever seen in my life. Like, you don't even have custody of your kids, and you around here making videos talking about this is what it looked like when you have to make your own. Hold on. When you have to make your own birthday cake. Like, that's some weird. I don't know. That's just super weird to me that you would do that, right? That is just weird. You would make a video talking about making your own birthday cake and doing this and doing that for your kids, and then come to find out, like, you don't even have custody of your kids. Like, that is the weirdest thing I have ever seen. Like, that don't even make any sense. And after the ex-husband came out and called her out on it, guess what? She took the video down and she's gone. Like, you don't hear anything else from her, right? It's like, what happened, Mom? Like, what happened? Nothing, you don't want to talk about it no more? Okay. And for my last video, I just want to talk about this young man who was killed by the police, which it seemed like we're seeing this it seemed like this is happening. It is only 8:43. Oh my gosh. You're about to watch. Oh my goodness. It's only 8. It's going on 12 o'clock here, Miss Bug. I gotta come to California. No, I can't come to California. I'll be around that bitch going to sleep at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I don't even think I'd be able to make it. But I definitely want you to watch this. Watch this video right here. Then we're gonna talk about it.
Now at 6, we continue to follow newly announced charges from the Attorney General's office in the death of Samuel Sterling.
Attorney General Dana Nessel said that Michigan State Police Sergeant Brian Keeley will face a murder charge after he hit Sterling with an unmarked cruiser during a foot chase in Kentwood, killing him.
This evening, we have reaction from Sterling's family and an attorney representing Keeley. News 8's Amber Kriska in studio tonight with their responses.
Sterling's mother is relieved and is happy. We are also hearing from the MSP sergeant's attorney, who is saying Brian Keeley is brokenhearted for the family, and he says this was an accident and could have been avoided if Sterling turned himself in prior to all of this. The Attorney General's office filed charges today against Michigan State Police Detective Sergeant 50-year-old Brian Keeley for 1 count of murder in the 2nd degree, 1 count of involuntary manslaughter. Investigators say Keeley was trying to bring Sterling into custody on April 17th in Kentwood. Multiple agencies were looking for him on multiple warrants, according to troopers. Keeley's unmarked cruiser hit the 25-year-old at a nearby fast food restaurant parking lot. Dana Nessel says her office reviewed multiple police reports from officers on scene, looked at the autopsy, as well as watched body cam footage and surveillance video before making this decision.
It was equally as important in this matter that our review was.
Wait, but did you see how they said this could have been avoided if he would have turned himself in? Like, literally, you're blaming him for his own death.
Swift, both from Mr. Sterling's family, the greater Grand Rapids region, and the law enforcement community at large.
And we spoke with Sterling's mother in the last hour. She says she was waiting for this day.
I'm going to tell everybody, I got a God. So long as I got a God, I know what's going to happen. As long as I got a God.
Keeley's attorney sent us a statement. It reads in part, "It is unfortunate that in this time of political correctness, Michigan's Attorney General has chosen to ignore the facts of this incident and rely on political pressure. It is also unfortunate that our governor, without having seen or heard all the evidence in this case, chose to interject her opinion and side against law enforcement in this matter. Sterling's mother says now she hopes Keeley will be convicted, and she is preparing for a long journey but is ready to fight. If convicted of second-degree murder, Keeley, the MSP sergeant, could spend the rest of his life in prison. Involuntary manslaughter carries a sentence of up to 15 years in prison. Reporting live in the studio, Amber Kriska, News 8.
Okay,
Now,
Fred,
we all
it's time
know.
to find our perfect.
We know that he's not going to jail. We know that. Like, he may go to trial, but I literally don't think that he would be convicted on this. I just don't see him being convicted. I'm sorry. I just don't see him going to jail. Like, he may be arrested, but I just don't see him going to I just don't see him going to prison over this. And here's another video. We're gonna watch another video from a I think it's from another officer, but from a different police camera. So let's look at this camera and see.
Police detective is facing second-degree murder and manslaughter charges tonight.
Yeah, Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessel filed the charges today. It involves a police chase and death of 25-year-old Samuel Sterling. Nessel called 50-year-old trooper Brian Keeley legally and grossly negligent. Now, Rod Maloney spoke with Sterling's parents about the charges and takes a look at the larger implications in this case.
It is cases just like this one that put a white-hot spotlight on police use of deadly force and the outcry that it brings. We're going to be hearing from Samuel Sterling's parents here in a second. But it also has police unions wondering just how far prosecutors like Dana Nessel can go before they put a true chilling impact on policing in general. It is all on video. April 17th, a crime task force out looking for felons with warrants out came across Samuel Sterling, a probation absconder, putting air in a car tire. He ran, officers gave chase. Detective Sergeant Brian Keeley, driving an unmarked MSP cruiser, drove up to and hit Sterling, briefly pinning him against a fast food restaurant wall. Sterling then slumped to the ground, officers searching him and cuffing him. As for the second-degree murder charge, Brian's parents, Michael Sterling and Andrika Cage, told Local 4 of the case and of the video.
I can't watch it because it's too graphic for me. But I'm glad, they charged him.
We glad he getting charged. We just hope he get charged for the fullest.
And hope he get convicted.
But Michael went further, saying the other officers not charged deserve discipline as well.
Had their knee on his chest, handcuffed him, turning him over, and just standing there watching him die. So I feel some of them should be charged too.
Samuel writhed in pain and later died in the hospital. Still, Police Officer Association of Michigan President Jim Tagnanelli told Local 4 that he believes Attorney General Dana Nessel overcharged here.
These guys were part of a crime, allegedly, and they're running from the police. And aren't we supposed to try to catch the bad guys? And we are human beings and we make mistakes. I'm not even sure a mistake happened here, in my opinion.
What's more, he says, police veterans are now quitting the job, not wanting to face felony charges for doing their jobs. And he adds, these kinds of charges hurt recruiting.
And we used to have waiting lists for academies. We used to have 7 or 8 academies running every year. Now we have academies with nobody in them.
Samuel Sterling's parents have gone and hired well-known Detroit attorney Ven Johnson. Johnson telling Local 4 that he wants to make sure that MSP and the officer involved are held fully accountable. In Detroit, Rod Maloney, Local 4.
All right, Rod, thank you. Now, we posted Attorney General Dana Nessel's comments on her charging decisions in its entirety over on our website, clickondetroit.com.
So you see that, right? And that's kind of like crazy to me, right? And so is it Ben Crump? I think that's his name, or Benjamin Crump. I want to say Ben Crump, but you already know, like Al Sharpner and the rest of the boys are on it. You know how they do. So this is on Twitter, right? This is what
State Police Detective Sergeant Brian Keeley
as part of the MSP Fugitive Task Force, attempted to bring Samuel Sterling into custody when Mr. Sterling fled by foot. A number of MSP troopers and other local law enforcement agents proceeded to chase Mr. Sterling, both in their vehicles and by foot, when the vehicle Detective Sergeant Keeley was driving turned and struck Mr. Sterling in a nearby fast food restaurant parking lot. Mr. Sterling was transported to the University of Michigan Metro Health Hospital, where he succumbed to his injuries later that day. We have found that Detective Sergeant Keeley's actions that day were legally grossly negligent and created a very high risk of death or great bodily harm, which could have otherwise been prevented. As a result, today we filed the following charges against Brian Keeley in the Kentwood 62B District Court. 1 count of murder in the second degree, a life offense, or alternatively, 1 count of involuntary manslaughter, a 15-year felony.
So again, when you watch that video, it's so easy to play armchair quarterback in these situations. So again, I don't know the answers to the questions that I asked regarding what were the felonies that this person was accused of doing, right? I don't know if he has a criminal history past. I don't know. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of information that comes out. Did he follow policy, the trooper? Now, here's what's unfortunate, and this is why, I went through the police academy back in college, and the atmosphere and the culture of being a police officer back then was a whole hell of a lot different than it is today. And I tell you what, there's no way in hell that I'd want to be a police officer today in this day and age with the corrupt judicial system, with prosecutors like her. I would not. And here's what's happening is they're not getting good quality candidates in these academies now. They're not. And so it's scary. It truly is, because they have created such a culture. And here's a guy who's been on the force for 25 years. And I can't speak for this gentleman, Sergeant Brian Keeley. I don't know him personally, but he's been on the force for 25 years, and he doesn't have any history in the 12 years experience of safely operating police vehicles. He doesn't have one single at-fault accident in the performance of his duties. So again, there's no body camera. I don't know the mindset of the trooper. I can't answer any of those questions, unfortunately. But here we have an attorney general in the state of Michigan who's going to throw the book at a veteran police officer, 25-year veteran trooper. Why would you want to be a cop in today's day and age when you're just trying to protect the public? And again, I don't know the answer to this. I'm assuming, number one, you shouldn't run for the police. It doesn't mean that you should die for running for the police. I'm not saying that. But if you're an outstanding citizen, hey, put your hands up, go through the due process, do what you got to do. Don't run, right? That's going to protect everyone involved. But he did run. So why was he running? I don't know. I can't speak for the mindset of the unfortunate young man who died from being struck from the vehicle. Again, there's just a lot of questions, but I do know it's just a horrible, sticky situation for all involved. So I will be looking for the answers to those questions before I put my 2 cents on it. But I do know that you can't rush to judgment off one video. You have to get all the information. And I've been looking all morning for that information. I've yet to find it on what were the warrants for. Did this guy have a pass? Was he going to be a danger? So I told you all I would update you as soon as I found out. And I had a supporter send me this, which shows this young man's criminal history. And as we go through it, you can see that there are a couple charges that he has in his past, especially with gun possession. So again, I don't know what the officer's intent was when he ran into this person, but as you can see, he does have a history of violent criminal acts. We got weapons carrying concealed back in February 8th, 2021. He was on probation for that. And then we scroll down, we have weapons, firearms possession by a felon back in February 8th, 2021. So again, there's his history, what I found so far. So again, horrible situation for all involved. And so we're just going to have to hold out and see what happens to the trooper.
And that's like, I don't know. I think, oh God, I don't know. Like I feel sorry for us as a people. Like they have no compassion. I would say that it's no compassion when it comes to when it comes to human beings. You know what I mean? Like it's no passion. It's no it's no compassion. You know what I mean? Like we can sit here and we can say whatever, but it's like it is no human compassion for human beings. And that I don't know. I feel so sorry for us as a people, because why are you running from the police? Nigga, you hit him with a freaking car. You hit him with a car. 21st century worst racism. Right. You absolutely. You hit this man with the car and it's his fault. Okay. If he ran, then you know what he live at. You can get him another day. You know what I'm saying? You know what he's at. You know what he live at. You got his address. You know who it is. You can go and get him another day. Let him go now. Catch him tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like, what's the? I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't know. Maybe it's just the way that I think, and maybe I'm thinking like a mom, and I can't think like a police officer. I just wonder, like, hey Jen, I just wonder, like, if y'all wouldn't have caught him today, y'all can always go get him tomorrow, right? It's always another day. So what would be the point that y'all had to get him today? You know what I mean? Like, you hit him with the car. What? I don't know. Now it's his fault he dead. That's crazy. But those are all my news stories that I have for today. I will probably be better prepared tomorrow. I kind of like don't like to go live when Voodoo's live, or when I know Voodoo is going live. I know tonight we was on what is it called, Rumble, for the deep dive about one of the Temptations. So whenever Voodoo go live, I kind of like don't like to go live during the period that my sister go. So tomorrow I would have to come up with a better schedule. I most likely want to do it in the daytime, because it'll be better for me. You know what I mean? So to do it that way. So I just wanted to stay committed. You miss Rumble? Oh my God, Miss Bug. Rumble was so good tonight. You gotta be on that replay game. That Rumble was good tonight. Like, the deep dive was really good tonight. But I am going to let you ladies finish up the rest of your day. Thank you for hanging out with me. Like I said, I am going to try to go live every day for 30 consecutive days. Woo! I am going to do that. So I am going to say good night. You ladies have a wonderful night, and thank you so much for stopping by.